and I'm asking, is Pharaoh still existing? I see the boy resembling an Israelite, not being treated right, enslaved day and night. No, we just can't go on this way. We just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go on this way. We like the Israelites still in pain. We just can't go on this way. So send us another Moses again. We just can't go on this way. The Pharaoh mentality ruling universally. Leaders promoting their ego, being a modern Pharaoh. Tyrannies they manifesto. Oh, we just can't go this way. We just can't go this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go this way. Time to make them oppress us pay. We just can't go this way. So we children could see their way. We just can't go this way. The poor have to slave night and day. For next to nothing pay, so they can't see the way. We don't enjoy equal facility. Like Pharaoh and company, brainwashing we sail free. We just can't go this way. We just can't go this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go this way. Time to make them oppress us pay. We just can't go this way. So the children could see their way. We just can't go this way. Oh, we just can't go this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go this way. We just can't go this way. We just can't go this way. No, we just can't go this way. We just can't go this way. No, we just can't go this way. We just can't go this way. No, we just can't go this way. Oh Lord, why Lord must we suffer like this? You said that you would take care of the poor, just like you did in Egypt. When Pharaoh had the Israelites in bondage, you delivered them. But here again, we are in the same khaki van. We just can't go this way. We have those modern Pharaoh who oppress the poor, who represents Israel. Use us with so much life. We just can't go this way. Not even thinking that we would be alive. And if we criticize, we could be ostracized. We don't know who to trust. That's why I say, Lord, please listen to this prayer that comes from the poor. Please send us another Moses again. Oh, we just can't go this way. Please deliver us today. Time to make them oppress us pay. So the children could see their way. Make them get on their knees and pray. Never be able to touch them. children can see the way. Oh, we just can't make it this way. Oh, we just can't make it this way. We like the Israelites still in bed. Please send us another Jesus again. Oh, 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 oh. Once we get old and gray, and the children can see the way. Oh, we just can't make it this way. Oh, we just can't make it this way. We like the Israelites still in bed. Please send us another Jesus again. Oh, 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 oh.
Wow, we just can't go on this way. The Messenger, the Mighty Explainer, one of the unsung heroes of modern calypso. We just can't go on this way. Save us from the present day pharaohs. We just can't go on this way. The Mighty Explainer, in the tradition of the black prophetic, prophesizing always, singing then, preempting now. We just can't go on this way. It's time we make the oppressors pay. Send us a Moses, send us a Moses, send us a Jesus, send us a Joshua. With the Orisha, Shango, Comfort song in the background. We just can't go on this way. And we are not going to go on this way. It's not going to be business as usual. We faltered along the way between 2015 and 2020. We got it right some of the time, and we didn't get it right some of the time. And we paid dearly. We paid dearly. We've learned our lessons. And we're not going to allow it to go on this way. We're not going to allow it to go on this way. It's not going to be business as usual. It's not going to be business as usual. Calling on the Orisha, calling on the Shango, calling all the Santeria, calling all the Comfort, all the water people. We take solace that we have fought this fight before and we've won. Calling all them Kanji water. Kanji water, go swallow me, mama. And we can take that to say, Kanji water, go follow me, mama. Me over Kanji water, mama, mama. We over Kanji water. Always crossing waters, as Brother Jimmy could say. Many rivers to cross, many rivers to cross. We're always crossing rivers. By the rivers of Babylon, where we sat down, always river. We knew we came across the Middle Passage. We always knew that, and we knew that to get back to the ancestors, we have to swim back to Africa. We over Kanji water. We over Kanji water. Muma, muma, Kanji water. Kanji water go swallow me. So we have to cross the Kanji water. That Kanji river that leads us to Barakara, sacred water. Calling all the nations tonight, please send out the link that the nations are gathering. The nations are gathering tonight because tonight is Kongosa, as we always do. We are Ganga, Kongosa. We are gathering on the backdrop of the spirits and the ancestors of our grandfather and great-grandmothers. We've been there before, and we are still doing it. No matter whether you're Adventist or Anglican, whether you're a black Muslim or you're congregational, whether you're Assemblies of God, Pentecostal, whatever you are, so long as you are a black man, you're an African. Don't let the things of the world divide us. We are part of the world and we partake of what the world gives us. But always remember the source. The source. Amilcar Cabral, the freedom fighter from Guinea-Bissau, urges us always to return to the source. We may be APNU, we may be PNC. We may be WIN, we may be WPA. We may be AFC, we may be FGM, we may be Brooms, but we're all sufferers. Suffering, but never giving up. We can't go on this way. We just cannot go on this way. And we will not go on this way. Calling all the Santerias. Calling all the Pocomania, calling all the Shouter Baptists. Come home, come home. You all know, you all Christian know. Come home, come home. Jesus is calling. We have work to do. Yes, Denise, whether you're Methodist, or in the old days we say Wesleyan, or whether you're a Catholic, as Brother Peter Tosh said, so long as you're a black man, a black woman, you're an African. And so long as you're an African, you're a warrior, you're a soldier. We are all, because we operate at different levels at the same time. Only we can do that. Only we can be African and Guyanese and West Indian and Catholic and Methodist and Pentecostal at the same time. Only we have the capacity to do it. Syncretism. Them lady go to church on Sunday and pray to Jesus and God. Go to church on Saturday, as the Adventists do, and pray to Jesus and God. And during the week, dress in white and tie the head and pay homage to the African ancestors. Only we can do it. Call it Obia, they call it all kind of story. Come home, come home, come home, come home. Come home to Zion. Because we are marching to Zion, and we'll get there. Falter along the way. We stand tall, and we bring out the best and the worst in liars. We bring out the best and the worst in liars. We saw today a statement by the Private Sector Commission saying the greatest election in the world was held here in Guyana on September the 1st. What unsaintly, ungodly liars they are. Thank God, we are not seen with their eyes. We've been to the mountaintop and we have seen the promised land, but we have also seen the land of the Pharaohs. We've seen the land of the devil. And the devil was at work on September 1st and before September 1st. And we cried out loud, look the devil down there, look the devil down there. But we weren't the only ones crying. Others saw what was happening. The European Union saw what was happening. The OAS and all the others saw what was happening. And they sounded the warning, look the devil down there. Look the devil down there. And the devil cut off one of its fingers and write PSC, Private Sector Commission, on it. And send it out there as though it is unattached to devil land. But we see the devil. The Private Sector Commission saying that there was no rigging of the election. Everything went well. The elections were peaceful. Well, the elections were peaceful because the sufferers made it peaceful. It was not peaceful because the PPP made it peaceful. The PPP wanted war on election day because they started to rig the election before election day. They wanted war. They did not sanitize the voters list. They wanted war. They did not agree to biometrics. They wanted war. They captured the GCOM machinery. They wanted war. They bought votes before election day. They wanted war. And that there was not war, it is because we, the sufferers, made it peaceful. The peacefulness that they were talking about on election day, Mr. Private Sector Commission, Mr. Jerry Govaya, that peacefulness was because my people, our people, wanted peace. The government that you worship, Private Sector Commission, wanted war. They declared war on us. They declared war on their own supporters. And that Guyana did not explode into a ferocious bombshell is because we are the people of peace. We are the conscience of Guyana. We prevented Guyana from blowing up into war. So when you talk about peacefulness on election day, thank God Almighty. For we, the children of Africa, the children of the hinterland and the gods of our indigenous people, the children of India, they may have voted for you, but they are a peaceful people too. The children of Madeira, the children of China, led by the African conscience, because we were the majority of those who you declare war on. And so, Mr. Jerry Govaya, Mr. Private Sector Commission, when you talk about the peaceful election day, thank God for people like Aubrey Norton, people like Vincent Alexander, people like Simona Brooms and Amanda Walton and Nigel Hughes. Thank God for people like Takuma Ogunse and Kedaki Amsterdam and David Hines. That's why election day was peaceful. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. So you're right. Election day was peaceful. Behind that scale, S-C-A-L-E, of peacefulness, there was still a flashing blade. Those who stayed home, those who voted APNU, those who voted WIN and AFC and FGM, and for Simona Brooms, that flashing blade said, not you, Mr. Devil. Not you. Not you, Mr. Pharaoh. Not you. The flashing blade behind the peace that you talk about, only we can operate at various levels. We create peace. But the spiritual war was ever present on September 2nd because we knew, and we continue to know that the devil, the political devil, is at work. It's not going to be business as usual. The Private Sector Commission ought to hang its head in shame. But we know, don't we know, why the Private Sector Commission could lie in such a barefaced way? We know. The blessings of the God Almighty, the blessings of the ancestors in the form of petroleum, in the form of oil, those blessings have been snatched away by the Private Sector Commission. And those who make up the majority of that commission, they have filled their pockets. They have lined their pockets with the patrimony of the Guyanese people. Those who control the Private Sector Commission are robbing the Guyanese people every single day. And they don't mind genuflecting before the tin gods. They don't mind genuflecting before the fake gods. Because they have benefited from the iniquity, the political iniquity of the People's Progressive Party government. We just can't go on this way, though. And we're not going to go on this way. This illegitimate government, a government that has not earned the trust of its own people, its own citizens, including those who voted for it, because we know from the poll that was done by the International Republican Institute that a mere 22% of those who voted in the 2020 election felt that the elections were free and fair. So we are saying those who voted, we know that those who voted for the PPP do not believe the elections were free and fair. We just can't go on this way. It is not going to be business as usual. We have to make the oppressors pay, and we are going to make the PPP pay. We are a peaceful people. I'm glad the Private Sector Commission saw that he must be being robbed, he must be being beaten, he must be being taken extreme advantage of. We maintain the peace. Peace, perfect peace. The peace is not the perfect peace. The peace is a warning. The peace is a warning to warriors. That your day is coming. We intend to make the ballot boxes a fair medium. A free medium. They're not. No. The ballot boxes have been turned into a menace. The ballot boxes have been turned into a tool of war against the righteous. The ballot boxes have been turned into a swamp of unrighteousness. We just can't go on this way. Man and woman and children were not meant to suffer and continue to suffer this way. We serve notice, and we continue to serve notice, that as human beings, on this Day of International Human Rights, we intend to assert our human right. We intend to affirm our human rights. We intend to demand our human rights. We intend to take our human rights by the hook or the crook. We just can't go on this way. Our brother Frederick Douglass, one of the great souls to have passed this frame, prophetically and profoundly reminds us. And I say reminds and not reminded, because he's alive, he's alive. Is mortal, and his flesh may be buried under the earth, but his soul floats like righteous butterflies all around us. Frederick Douglass reminds us that power concedes nothing without a demand. It never did, and it never will. And some of us would like to reap the benefits of freedom without fighting for it. Some of us will like to reap the fruits and the vegetables of the garden without a watering can nurturing the plants and the flowers. We just can't go on this way. And we will not go on this way. We come together always to gather strength and to stand firm. It ain't gonna be business as usual. Mr. President, Mr. Government, take warning. You better take warning. You better do good. You can say David Hines is threatening you. You will be wrong. David Hines doesn't have the guns and the bombs of the state. David Hines doesn't have the guns and the bombs that are swirling around in our country. But what the David Hineses of this world, of this Guyana, have is the capacity to squeeze the righteous souls into one package and to fling it in your face. That's what we have the capacity to do. That's what I have. That's what we have. That's what the APNU has. That's what the WPA has. And others who stand. We are soldiers of righteousness. We start with peace. And we will end with peace. But in the journey from peace to peace, we will watch with eagle eyes. Come home. Come home. I'm not throwing hints. Come home. Come home, come home. So the Private Sector Commission can go wallow in the filth that it represents. From filth to filth, and filth can only come up to filth. And filth that benefits from filth is a worse kind of smelly filth. The private sector commission, like the PPP, is like a child without a mother. A mother to wash your face, scrub your hand, squeeze out the filth from your ears. The private sector and the PPP have no mother. And that is why the stench of unrighteousness flows from their pens and their minds. Sordid they are. Go tell them I say that. And go tell them I am ready for them. Always ready for them. Always. I fear not them. If I fear anything, I fear God. And I fear the wrath of the ancestors. That's why I do right every day by the ancestors. I fear not the filth that cometh from the halls of the state and government of this country, and those who, like lapdogs, lapping up the wealth of the people, and have no shame when the world says that you won a stolen election. You, private sector, come out and say you saw that because your eyes are spelt D-E-V-I-L. Devil you are. Devils. You've gone beyond I-pass Guyanese people. The private sector's lost all credibility. If they had said, like some have said, the elections were free and fair, but there were some problems. There was no biometrics. The voters list was bloated. And there was the possibility that there could have been some problems. One could have lived with that. But you watch those people steal the Guyanese money and use it to run an election, to buy votes. And you say that you didn't see that. When the PPP itself is saying nothing is wrong with incumbency. I mean, there's nothing is wrong in using incumbency to take and steal and run an election. When the PPP is saying that, why the private sector is saying to the PPP, you lie? They're not just saying to the opposition, you lie. They're not just saying to the EU and the other observers, you lie. They're telling the PPP that you, PPP, you're lying. You did not use state resources to benefit your election campaign. How shameful or shameless can the private sector commission be? You all have to go and bag your face. Bag your face. And I hope you know what bag your face means. Brother Martin Carter said the mouth is muzzled by the food it eats. And the first step in muzzling is to shut up. Had the private sector remained quiet, it would have done itself a good turn. Motor wrong. George Young, teacher George said, they got to wear a bib. The first step in Muslim is to remain quiet. At least they could have remained quiet. The second step is when you start to bawl for your supper. Having eaten the people's food illegally, you now feel that you must lie and you must beat the people whose food you have stolen. Shame. 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 May their sisters give their wrath a free will to confront the devils, the political devils that call themselves the Private Sector Commission. It is the commission of private thieves, public thieves, not private thieves, because there's nothing private about their thievery. Public thieves. The Public Thieving Sector Commission. Because you are stolen the people's money, stolen our money, stolen our resources. The private thievery sector. There's no commission about them. We just can't go on this way. We just can't go on this way.
Please hurry up the judgment day. The Pharaoh mentality ruling universally. Leaders promoting their ego, being a modern Pharaoh. Tyrannies they manifest. We just can't go on this way. We just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go on this way. Time to make them oppress us pay. We just can't go on this way. So we children could see their way. We just can't go on this way. Oh, 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 oh. Have to slave night and day for next to nothing pay, so they can't see the way. We don't enjoy equal facility like Pharaoh and company, brainwashing we set free. We just can't go this way. We just can't go this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go this way. Time to make them oppress us pay. We just can't go this way. So the children could see their way. We just can't go this way. Oh, 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 oh. We just can't go this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go this way. We just can't go this way. We just can't go this way. No, we just can't go this way. We just can't go this way. No, we just can't go this way. We just can't go this way. Must we suffer like this? You said that you would take care of the poor, just like you did in Egypt. When Pharaoh had the Israelites in bondage, you delivered them. But here again, we are in the same khaki pants. We have those modern Pharaohs who oppress the poor, who represents Israel. They confuse us with so much lies. Not even thinking that we would realize. And if we criticize, we could be ostracized. We don't know who to trust. That's why I say, Lord, please listen to this prayer.
We just can't go on this way. The mighty explainer, Winston Henry out of Trinidad and Tobago. The Rasmas man. The man who told us about the monarchy, that there is nothing to glorify in the monarchy. The man who taught us to respect the black woman. Don't own miras. Don't feel miras. I's a woman who like to be respected. I's a woman who don't like to deal up because your brother like to feel up. Good evening to all my brothers and sisters. Shelly Douglas, my sister. Things not regular. That's right. My brother Keith Beresford, who knows more about Calypso than I will ever know. And of course, Flash Gordon. Let them know you're responsible for what you say and not how the government interpret it. That's the wisdom of the folk. As Flash would tell us. As Flash would tell us. You get a fifth standard education. But his knowledge of the world, his knowledge of the vibrations that connect us to truth and truthfulness cannot be substituted for any degree. I love you, my brother. I love all my brothers. I love all my sisters. Welcome. Welcome to our Kongasa. Welcome to our gathering, because gather we must. And keep watch, as Burnham used to say. Watch with me one more hour. Sometimes we think that everything must fall in one fell swoop. That's what Frederick Douglass means. Watch with me for another hour. Watch with me for another night. Come home, come home. Come home, come home. One of my favorite hymns in the Anglican hymnal, in the old Anglican hymnal, used to be hymn 217. When comes the promised time that war shall be no more, and lust, oppression, crime shall flee thy face before. That's what we are about. The promised time. That which is promised to us by our gods, by our ancestors, and by our works. Man shall not live by bread alone, and God help those who help themselves. We have always been helping ourselves. And but people, the pharaohs, the modern day pharaohs, they have helped themselves against our will to that which we have constructed and created with our very hands and our minds. We come again always to remind them that we are not going to let them get away. We didn't let the white man get away. We didn't let the plantation owners get away. And we are not going to allow these louses of nothingness, because that's what they are. They are people of nothingness. They don't read, they don't think, they don't study, they just lurk around like scavengers, seeking to take the very bread from our mouth. To see our people moan and groan and cry for cash transfer so they can celebrate the Christ child, the birth of the Christ child, and to deny them while you give yourself lavish Christmas parties. To watch our people having to tell their gods that the birth of the Christ child, the birth of he who came to wipe the scales from our eyes, to tell our gods that we cannot comfortably and adequately celebrate his coming. What a shame to take a meal from the table of those who work and toil from sun up to sundown. Slavery may be gone, but our women still have to pack their little lunch kits and dress up in uniforms and leave their homes, leave their children. At 5 o'clock in the afternoon, sundown, never to return until 8 o'clock in the morning and maybe later. One morning as I was driving down Friendship Boulevard there in Buxton, one lady who was keeping watch at one of the schools there in Buxton, she flagged down the car and she said, "Can you give me a drop to the road?" And of course I said yes. And she came into the car. And she said, "You know, you might be thinking that I sit down all night and my foot should not give me problems." She said, "But my mind is what been under pressure for the last 12 hours. And it's telling for my foot." And I turned and I looked at her. And as I looked at her, she said, "You is not the man that's dip on TV?" I said, "One of the men." She said, "No, the man from Bucksnare." I said, "Yes, one of them." She said, "No, man. You is not the man who tell Jack they'll meet you on the line top." Well, I couldn't think of that. I said, "Yes." She said, "Well, I live in Haslington, but I come from Berbice." And I'm working in Buxton. I got 6 children. My husband does work, but when he bring it home, can't think. So I had to come out after come out and watch man all night. And she said, you all can't do nothing for watchman? I said, you are a watchman, but you're a worker. She said, I's a guard. Can you all don't do nothing? Can you all not do nothing for guards? And by that time we got to the road and I feebly said yes. She shook my hand and she came out of the car. What free and fair election you are talking about? When you have women in that kind of bondage, leaving their home to go to jail, to go to the plantation. Let's think about it. We continue to work from sun up to sundown and beyond. At least the enslaved on the plantation, most of them would get a little sleep at night. Our women, many of them cannot sleep at night. They may take a little bend down, shut eye, but they're not sleep. All shut eye, not sleep. The brutality, the economic brutality of our women, and this government has the audacity, as my auntie would say, have the audacity to say that they're developing Guyana. How the hell can you develop a country when your women are underdeveloped economically, socially? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What development? But we just can't go on this way. And we are not going to go on this way. If those of us who call ourselves leaders watch our women suffer like that and talk nonsense and do nothing, then we are not worth the salt that many of us consume. There's a reason they call it watchman, you know. Because in the first place, is man work. Man work. But there's no woman work. When I was a boy, if anybody was pumping gas, was a man. Now if you find a little boy pumping gas, clap your hand for joy. 99% of the people pumping gas are women, young girls, children. The brutality of women in this country must stop, must stop, must stop. When you brutalize women, you're brutalizing the very soul of the land. It's the women, as I said, who brushed your teeth when you was a little girl and little boy. Your ears, bathe you, night your skin. And when they're done, walk you to school. And when they're done, cook for you. Cook for the children, cook for the men, cook for the community. When you behave bad and you then the station lock up, it's the woman first that go their girlfriends, mothers. When they kill you, when the police kill you, kill our boys, it's the mothers and the wives and the girlfriend who must go to the mortuary and identify the body. It's there who must cry. It's there who have to host the wake. It's they who have to watch that coffin go down for the last time and go home without their children. On this International Human Rights Day, the rights of women and this government ride our women politically, economically, and socially. We just can't go on this way. We just cannot go on this way. I'm talking tonight as I talk every night, as a form of mobilization, because talk is the first step in the direction of action. We just can't go on this way. We have been quiet too long. We have been quiet too long. We switched the vote from APNU and give it to WIN because we want to be free. And we give it to WIN, and we are still not free. Our women are still leaving their girl children at home at nights. No one to do their homework with them. No one to protect them from the ravages of the night. We just can't go on this way. So switching the vote has not brought the dividends. Yes, I will be the first to admit that in some regards, we in the APNU did not deserve some of the vote. I will be the first. But you, our people, deserve better. And you ask yourself, when you look at them and you look at us, which one is more likely to free you up and to free up the system so that you can be free? We just can't go on this way. We just can't go on this way. We politicians, we interact with journalists and reporters, and we take it for granted on this Human Rights Day that they're all right. Mostly women, like the watchman, like the pump attendants. In journalism, it's mostly women. And I walked past a reporter recently, and I asked, what a pain you all know. And when that reporter told me what they are being paid, I understand the origin of what Guyana is now. I understand it better. And when those devils beat up on journalists, prevent journalists from going to press conference, abuse journalists, not just abusing them in terms of stifling their right to give us information and perspective, but imprisoning some of them at the NCN and Chronicle and the state media and making them do bad things. You understand why when we wake up in the mornings looking for birds and sunlight, we don't see birds and sunlight. The oppression of our women must stop. We have to talk straight Because some of us men forget that we are where we are. Those are the so-called social bottom. And some like us who managed to raise our heads above water, we are there because of the women. Let my mother go, let my sister go. This is more than gender. Because often the gender thing does be, presumed to be man versus woman. This is the state. Maybe the masculinized state that is pressing down on the women. It is the women who must bear fruit. Whether the fruit is good or bad, it's the women who must bear the fruit. And when you press down on them, you stifle the fruit. We just can't go on this way. You go to a campaign meeting, and those who are at the front are the women, They are our hope. As Martin Carter said, they are the world's hope. We are the world's hope. And so therefore I rise again, for freedom is a white road with green grass like love. Out of a jagged block of convict years I carve it. But how bare is everything, tall trees, infinite air, the unrelaxing tension of the world, and only hope only, the kind eagle soars and wheels in flight. If you ever have time, go to that poem, The Kind Eagle by Martin Carter. Beautiful. And it's the women, they're the world's hope. It is not easy, Martin Carter said, to be free and bold. It is not easy to be poised and bound. It is not easy. It's never been easy for women. So river flow, Martin Carter continues, drench not my pillow feet. So river flow collapsed to estuary. Beautiful, taking the language of the oppressed and turning it into language of hope, a language of liberation, and a language that we take and fling in the face of our oppressors. Some of them would not understand one line of Martin, much more to understand poems of Martin Carter, poems of resistance. Says Martin, the dummies that govern us. I hear the vice president is sick. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know. But in these days of thing, I hear he's sick. And if indeed the vice president is sick, he has my solidarity. For me, and from whence I come, my humanity kicks in even against those who would want to cut my throat. If the vice president is ill, he has my total and sincere best wishes for a return to health. I don't know, but if he is, Mr. Vice President, I love you. Because I respect my humanity. I've not said much. But when the lighting was bad in the Arthur Chung Center, and I didn't walk with my correct reading glasses, and I had some difficulty reading from the paper with small writing, Mr. Vice President, you sat there while the devils around you laughed at me. If you're sick, I will not laugh at you. But you sat there. I don't know if the Vice President is sick. I don't know. There are rumors going around. We are all human beings. And even as we are born, we begin to die. Sickness knows no limits, no boundaries. Sickness is not confined to a party, but the sickness of the mind is confined to some parties. Mr. Vice President, if you're sick, know that David Hines and those who look to people like me for some guidance, we love you. Get well. Get well. We like to see you off the political stage, but we would like you to live forever and forevermore as a human being. We just can't go on this way. We just can't go on this way. Let it be known. Let it be known that the Guyana that we want is a humane Guyana. The Guyana that we want is a Guyana with a heart, a clean heart. Let it be known from this platform that we're going to get it. Come on, my people. Let's get going. Let's move with purpose. Let's attack when we must attack with full force, full force. Let us defend when we must defend. The PPP must go. They have to go. They have to go. They have to go. Clear the way. Let goodness pass badness. Yangadona, Yangadona. When you see Yangadona with your red, green, and gold, you better clear the way lest she pass. We are marching to Zion. It's beautiful, beautiful Zion. Always, always marching. I say it to you and I say it to my colleagues, we are giving no quarter. Because somebody tells us to be nice. We are only going to be given a quarter if the state and the government gives 4 quarters. That's my creed. That's my pledge. Hold the road. Whether it's 10 of us, 20 of us, 100 of us, 10,000 of us. Hold the road. Lord Kitchener, Alvin Roberts. Keith, the road make to walk on Carnival Day. Constable, I know, but I have to say, any steel band man cross my way is a long funeral to the Royal Hospital. Hold the road! Because the road make to walk, the road make to protest, the road make to demonstrate, and any oppressor cross my way is a long funeral to the Royal Hospital. Take it how you want it. I'm quoting one of the great poets of our time, Lord Kitchener. If you jail me quickly, as Martin Carter said. Clang the illiterate iron door if freedom writes no happier alphabet. You all get me going tonight. Because the road make to walk on Carnival Day. 1963, Lord Kitchener. Many of us weren't born then. Well, I was a what a baby, they say. What a baby. What a baby. We are doing it, and we will continue doing it. Tomorrow night, I'm going to try to get Vincent Alexander here. He hasn't been here for a long time. I've heard that they've been re-expelled. They were expelled. I understand they're no longer expelled from GCOM. The GCOM chair took it upon herself to expel opposition commissioners. You ever see thing like that? But we understand that there is supposed to be a meeting this week. Vincent is going to be here tomorrow to give us the scoop, give us what's happening there, because we have got to make GCOM a real GCOM. We are working for you. We are working for you because that's what we have to do. The folk singers say, buy me lover one shot, me go wash 'em. Buy me lover one shot, me go wash 'em. Donkey water not there, me go wash 'em. Donkey water not there, me go wash 'em. Buy me lover one shot, me go wash 'em. Buy me lover one shot, me go wash 'em. Donkey soap in a there, me go wash 'em. Donkey soap in a there, me go wash 'em. Donkey soap in a there, me go wash 'em. Buy me lover one shot. Even if then I get soap and then I get water, we're still gonna work. Whether it's 12 seat, 16 seat, 1 seat, or no seat, we are going to work. Because you are our lovers. Donkey soap in there, me go wash 'em. Donkey mama said no. Donkey mama said no. Donkey mommy said no. Me go wash 'em. The wisdom of our ancestors always with us. We didn't learn those songs. We created them. We constructed them out of the emotions of our mental understanding of the physical. As we always say, amen, amen, amen. Come let we go, how we go away. Come let we go, how we go away. Night a come oh, night a come oh. Come let we go, how we go away. They're clean oh, they're clean oh. Come let we go. You know the Jamaicans said, they oh, they oh. Deo, Deo. The banana song, and the Guyanans we say, Deo como. One people, the real one people, different streams, but always one thought, one aim. And as Marcus Messiah would always say, up you mighty people, up you mighty people, up you mighty people.